Hey, how are you, family? Welcome back to my channel, the channel where art made by paint, or art made by paint can be good art as well if done correctly. Now, family, if you take a look at my profile picture, you can see that my profile picture is sort of something like this, right? It's this, and this sort of expression, this sort of figure, it's actually derived. It comes from the style by illustrator Nozoa Yukiko Sensei from the manga series, amazing harem manga series, 100 no Kanojo, or the 100 Girlfriends Who really love you. And it's that this sort of expression is the heartthrob expression. Whenever Rentaro, the main protagonist, would do something so, or any of the family members, when they do something that is heartthrobbing worthy, then they would make that expression to go something like that. Sorry for the cringe. Now, yeah, I love that. I really absolutely love that art style, and I wanted to integrate that into my my profile picture. So, yeah, I've got to work in Paint because I don't have any drawing software. My laptop can't handle it. So I got into Paint. I made a rough outline as to what the face would look like, and I've referenced this from a lot of the heartthrob expressions used in the manga. Nozoa Yukiko Sensei's art is sublime. I absolutely love it. Such a huge fan of her art style. It's amazing. So yeah, I started with the face, and then I also wanted to have a little bit of that, the plague mask, the plague mask icon that I used in my last avatars, and I also wanted to integrate that into a human person. So yeah, similar to that of Kojo Sara, and of course a lot of other characters who have masks hanging in the side of their head. And yeah, this is what I went for, and I thought it was kind of cool. Now the next challenging part was, of course, the hair. The hair was really challenging, but I really referenced it as much as I can to Renteros, while also trying to figure out my own identity, and this is what I came up with. Honestly, Tadano from Komi-san also contributed a huge part to the reference of this material. Now, I went into the coloring. Then this is where I stumbled across a really huge problem, and that is because I forgot to, the lines, right? The lines to indicate that they're blushing, and that's fine and all. However, I forgot to, not forgot, but rather I don't know exactly how I'm gonna make a sort of fine area within this part of the face to, indicate that they're blushing. So I just went for something like this, and this is the result. Overall, I guess it's fine. It's weird, I guess, that there's the lines, but you can't really tell. I don't know if you can tell that he's blushing or not, but hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess, or however the viewer perceives it. Now, where I'm going with all this, right, with the art style of Nozoa Yukiko Sensei in the manga series 100 no Kanojo, which, by the way, I've talked about a lot of times in my channel. I've done a Tamirindo series talking about Hakari, Karane, and Shizuka. More on the way. I've also made a tier list. I've made all sorts of review. I made a review, of the series, why it's so good. And yeah, if you are interested in this series, or if you do love it, please do check out my channel. I have a lot of content about it and more coming soon. So yeah, hope to stick around and join the family. Hope for you to stick around. There we go. Now, right, fan arts. As a huge fan of the series, I also wanted to contribute in one way or another about how I'm going to, how I want to express my love for the series. And I thought of drawing, making reviews. Okay, that's one thing. Expressing your thoughts about the character, that's another. But I feel like another great way of expressing your love and appreciation for the series is by doing fan art. Now, I'm not the greatest artist in the world. I may not have the greatest equipment, But if I have something, as long as I have the materials, I can make it. I'm just grateful that I even have a laptop. I have, you know, stable internet connection to be able to, you know, get some materials and reference a lot of my drawings in creating this artwork. And I think that's a, you know, that's an admirable attribute that people should have. You know, great art sometimes come from, you know, the least unexpected places and using really weird and unique materials. And in this case, using materials that isn't used often in creating masterful or really detailed, fine works of art can be, you know, in one way or another integrated into a fan art that can be considered okay, that's pretty good. And I thought my profile picture was a good example of that, so there you go. Now, in today's subject, right, I'm not going to draw all of the girlfriends right now because there's a lot. I will focus right now in making a portrait on Hakari. Okay, so Hakari is the subject of today's drawing. Now, I'll explain this in a bit, right? So, I'm gonna be using this chibi form as a reference. Now, I'm not gonna draw the actual the serious, quote-unquote serious, I guess, normal art style of the character. I guess it's just too detailed and take too much time. But in terms of a chibi form, then, you know, I guess I can make it. Now, I've chosen this one specifically because it's really cute, it's really bubbly, I love it. And most importantly, the eyes are closed. I don't know how to draw eyes, so might as well get something that's, you know, that has their eyes shut. The same goes for my avatar, really, and it's just a really huge coincidence, or it's a really good thing that the throbbing, heartthrob expressions have their eyes closed. So that's good. Now I've chosen this picture, and I'm going to be explaining as well what this deal is all about, right? Now, I also wanted you family to know that upon making my avatar, music paint, obviously, but I believe most of the work also really comes from the device used in order to create the lines and you know, the squiggles. And when I'm hovering my mouse right here, right, this mouse is not being controlled by a mouse, but instead I'm using the mouse pad built into this laptop. So yeah, this picture can be drawn by using just a mouse pad. You know, honestly, all pictures can do that, and you know, I'll show it to you. Alright family, so here is my workspace, I guess. Yeah, so I have a mousepad right here. My laptop's kind of old, but it still gets the job done, and I'm just grateful for that. So I'm using this mousepad to make my mouse move and to create the lines and curves of my drawing. And the one other thing I also wanted to note about this is that the sensitivity that I'm using for this is somewhere around the middle, right? The middle sensitivity. I want it to be just quick enough to, you know, move between the canvas, but also somewhat, I don't know, I guess sturdy in a way, so that I can be able to control the pen well. But however, most of the techniques that I'll be using in this video would be just to utilize this the curve, right, the curve tool, and I'll get into that right now. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, what are these outlines? Now, of course, they're outlines, but the reason why I color them separately is to get an idea as to what individual parts that I wanted to you know, go into first. Now, how do I do this? Okay, you know what, let's do it this way. I'll try to zoom in first into this picture. Right, now let's say for instance I wanted to make the eyes, right? The eyes. So I'm gonna pick a color, let's say red, right, red, and I'm gonna use the curve tool right here and try to, oh wait, before that I should also change the size to make it small, I guess, and a little big. Yeah, let's make it thick to really highlight that this is the eye. So I'm just gonna drag it right here, and as much as possible try to fit it in between and try to just make some final adjustments, and there we go. That's one eye. Do the same with the other. Try to fit it perfectly. There we go. Then you also have the eyebrows, point A to point B, curve to fit it. There we go. Point A to point B, curve to fit it. There we go. And you also have these small lines right over there, which I'm going to use a smaller tool, a smaller brush rather. There we go. Small thickness. Then you go here, here, there. Oh! Sorry. Here, there. Double click just to be safe to anchor it well. And for the mouth, just make it. There we go. And there you have it. Yeah, that's the outline of Hakari. The flower. Okay, I'll get to that later. But first things first, and I wanted to, so let's do the face first, right? Close enough. Right, so now that we have our figure, let's get into coloring. Now, as usual, I don't have to color as much. I forgot the flower. I didn't do the flower because that's tiring. But, sticking with this, I guess it's fine. So, yeah, there you go. Just throw in some pink hair, and then you have a Hakari. There you go. And that is how I draw Hakari in chibi form and in paint. Okay, I do have to admit that there are some rough edges that still needed to be polished, but hey, you know what? As long as my love and my passion for this series continues to burn on and grow in the long run, then maybe I would try to also improve in creating fan art, because in expressing my love and appreciation for the series, I would also like to come to create something even better, or even improve my artwork from this. And there's a lot to learn, there's a lot of room for improvement, and as long as that love is still there, then you can do anything. I guess that's it. Anyway, take care, family.